do an instructional video on factorising quadratic expressions. However, I'm going to do it over a series of videos. This one just really is to introduce some language. So a quadratic expression or a quadratic equation means that the variable, in this instance I've used the variable x, is raised to the power of 2. Okay? And a quadratic equation, when it's plotted on a Cartesian plane, gives a parabola. Sorry, you can't quite see that colour. So in other words, when you do a table of values, x and y, you know, when x equals 0, when x equals 1, when x equals 2, what does y equal? For an equation where x is raised to the power of 2, you get a parabola. And a parabola means a curved graph that is symmetrical. You can rule a line through the middle of it and it's symmetrical on either side. Standard form for a quadratic expression is a to the x squared plus bx plus c, where a, b and c have numerical values. For example, x squared plus 2x plus 7, for example. Monic means, so a monic quadratic equation means that the a, the coefficient in front of the x squared, is equal to 1. So for example, x squared plus bx plus c is the form for a monic quadratic equation. Now you can factorise quadratic expressions using one of 3 methods, and the method that you choose depends on what form the expression is, what the expression looks like. And these are the 3 videos that will follow. So you can factorise by factoring or grouping in pairs. You can factorise quadratics by completing the square method, or you can factorise by finding the difference of perfect squares or dots. So you will find 3 separate videos that explains each of these 3 methods, and as you become proficient with those methods, you'll be able to identify the type of quadratic equation that is in front of you and match the appropriate strategy to factorise it. So factorise means put in the brackets, and why you factorise it is to find the values for x given a value of y. And you can see on a parabola, for all bar one point, for all bar the turning point, there are 2 values of x for any given value of y, because it's symmetrical, in this case around the y-axis. Okay, and that is why you factorise, because if you put brackets in, then you can identify the 2 values of x for any value of y. Okay, so take those notes down. They're just a basic introduction to quadratic expressions or equations, and will be further explored in each of these 3 videos.